Okay, so today we're diving into something pretty important, especially as we, get a little older. We're talking about low impact exercise for those joints that maybe aren't quite as spry as they used to be.
Yeah, definitely. That's something a lot of people experience, right?
For sure. And we've got this interesting article here from Boomer Fitness that we're going to take a look at, and it's called Unlocking the Fountain of Youth: Low Impact Exercise for Aging Joints. So I guess the mission here is to, really understand how these gentler types of exercises, how these can help us stay active without like hurting ourselves.
Yeah, totally. I mean, as we age, it's common to maybe start feeling a bit more stiff or a little bit of discomfort in our joints, right?
Oh, yeah. I've definitely noticed that.
And that can make it harder to stay as active as we want to be. So that's exactly what we're going to explore today. How can we adapt our exercise routines to accommodate these changes in our bodies while still reaping the benefits of physical activity?
Exactly. And, this article highlights how low impact exercises can be that key to staying fit and feeling, well, I guess younger in a sense, right?
Mm.
Without putting too much stress on our bodies. We're going to delve into practical ways to transition from those high impact activities we might have loved in our younger years, like running or certain sports, to gentler options that are more joint friendly.
Right. And we'll also touch on some inspiring stories of people who have successfully made this shift and are thriving as a result.
Yeah, that's always encouraging to hear about those real life examples.
Absolutely. So let's start with understanding a bit more about the changes that occur in our bodies as we age. The article points out this natural process where the cartilage in our joints, it gradually starts to thin.
Ah, I see.
And our joints, well, they just become more sensitive over time.
Makes sense. So does that mean we have to drastically reduce our activity levels?
No, not necessarily. That's the really interesting part. In fact, choosing the right types of movement can actually help to keep those joints lubricated and supported.
Okay, so it's about working with our bodies, not against them, right?
Sure, exactly.
So the article emphasizes how making those low-impact choices becomes really important. Not just a good idea, but crucial for staying active comfortably.
Exactly.
And they give some great examples like swimming, cycling, even just walking. These are things that a lot of us can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And the great thing is, these activities can still get your heart rate up and give you a good workout without that jarring impact on your joints.
Right, so we're getting the benefits of exercise, but in a way that's kinder to our bodies.
Precisely. So let's talk about transitioning away from high impact exercises, because this can be a big adjustment, especially for folks who are used to, say, running marathons or playing intense
Oh,
sports.
for sure. It can be a bit of a mindset shift, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It's about finding a more sustainable path to fitness that aligns with your body's current needs.
And even though the article doesn't mention specific names, it does talk about people who have successfully made this change. You can always picture someone who used to be a dedicated runner, maybe started experiencing some knee pain,
Yeah, I can totally see that.
and they discover a whole new passion for cycling or swimming, and they end up feeling even better than before.
And often they find they enjoy these new activities even more than the ones they felt they had to give up.
It's all about adapting, right? Finding those new avenues that work with your body, not against it.
Exactly. It's not about giving up on being active, it's about being smarter and kinder to yourself.
I like that.
And the article brings in some expert voices to support this approach. It mentions Dr. Miriam Nelson, who wrote Strong Women Stay Young. I'm curious, what struck you about her work, especially in relation to low impact exercise and aging joints?
Well, Dr. Nelson really emphasizes the importance of strength training, even as we age. It's crucial for maintaining bone density. So it's not just about easing those aches and pains, it's also about preventing conditions like osteoporosis, which can become more of a concern as we get older.
Absolutely. Strength training is often overlooked when people think about low impact exercise, but it's truly essential.
And the good news is that you don't need to be lifting heavy weights to get those benefits. There are plenty of gentle strength training exercises that are perfect for this age group.
Exactly. And then there's Joan Price, a senior fitness advocate. What were your thoughts on her perspective?
Well, Joan Price really brings in that element of joy. She focuses on how good it feels to move your body, regardless of your age or the type of exercise you're doing. It's about reducing stress and finding activities that you genuinely enjoy.
That's so important. It's not just about the physical outcomes, it's about how exercise makes you feel mentally and emotionally.
Yeah, that overall sense of well-being.
Totally. Now, the article also throws in some fascinating facts. What jumped out at you?
The part about Tai Chi really caught my eye. They called it meditation in motion, which is such a great way to describe it. It's not just good for your joints, but it also helps with balance, which is, well, it's something we could all probably use a little more of as we get older.
Yeah, especially as our balance naturally declines with age.
Plus, Tai Chi can help lower stress
It's
levels.
a really holistic practice, mind and body.
Yeah, I like that.
And then there was this interesting fact about exercising in water. Did that one stand out to you as well?
Yes, it's amazing how much lighter you feel when you're in the water.
Right.
Like 90% lighter. Can you imagine? That takes so much pressure off your joints.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
It opens up a whole new world of possibilities for people who might find it difficult to exercise on land. Because of the buoyancy, you're not putting as much stress on your joints.
Like a whole different world of movement.
Exactly. And then there's this section in the article they call the quirky side of low-impact exercise.
Oh, yeah, that part was really interesting.
It's all about realizing that staying fit doesn't have to mean going to the gym every day or doing those really intense workouts.
Yeah, it's about finding those little pockets of movement throughout your day.
Exactly. They talk about things like gardening,
Yeah, all that bending and stretching.
even dancing around your house,
It's just putting on some music and moving your body.
It all counts.
And it makes it so much more fun and sustainable.
And then they mentioned walking with friends, which is something I love to do. It's a great way to stay active and socialize at the same time.
Yeah, it makes it a social activity, which increases the likelihood you'll actually stick with it.
Exactly. It's about making it a part of your life, not a chore.
Okay, so big picture time.
hmm
If you had to summarize the main takeaway from this article for our listeners, what would it be?
I'd say that low-impact exercise is about so much more than just protecting your joints. It's really a holistic approach to aging gracefully. You're not just preserving your joints, you're improving your mobility, you're building strength in a way that respects your body, and you're cultivating a really positive outlook on aging. It's about living your best life, whatever that means for you.
And the article gives some very practical advice on how to do just that. What were some of the tips that stood out to you?
Well, the first one is to start slowly. Don't try to do too much too soon. Begin with shorter sessions and gradually increase the intensity as you feel stronger.
Yeah, it's so important.
The article also suggests incorporating a variety of exercises.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That keeps things interesting and works different muscle groups.
Yeah.
And of course, listen to your body.
Ah, yes, that's crucial.
If something hurts, don't push through it. It's okay to take a break or modify the exercise.
And I think it's important to mention that pain is different from discomfort. It's okay to feel a little challenged, but sharp pain is a sign to stop and reevaluate.
Definitely. And then another key point they make is about consistency. It's the small, regular efforts that really add up over time.
It's about making it a habit.
Exactly. And finally, they recommend balancing your workouts with some relaxation activities like yoga or Tai Chi.
Oh, yeah, that's a great addition.
It helps with flexibility, balance, and stress management.
Makes sense. So we've covered a lot of ground here. Any final thoughts you want to share with our listeners before we wrap up?
I would just encourage everyone to find some type of low-impact exercise that they enjoy and that fits into their lifestyle. It could be something as simple as taking a daily walk or joining a dance class or trying out some water aerobics. There's so many options out there.
Yeah, and remember, it's never too late to start. Even small changes can make a big difference in your health and well-being.
And speaking of starting, think about this.
Yeah.
What's one small step you could take today to incorporate a little more movement into your life? Maybe it's taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or parking farther away from the store, or just getting up and stretching for a few minutes every hour.
It all adds up. And as you think about that, I want to leave you with a question. What new joys and connections might you discover by embracing movement in a gentler way? Perhaps a newfound love for a particular activity, a deeper appreciation for the outdoors, or stronger bonds with friends you exercise with. It's about opening yourself up to the possibilities.
It's all about finding what works for you and making it a part of your life.
Exactly.
So there you have it, folks. Another deep dive complete. We hope you found this information helpful.
And remember, stay active, stay positive, and keep moving.
Until next time.
Take care.